So let's say you want to renovate your home, but you don't want to drain your cash reserves to do it. Well, I've got a simple solution to share with you, and it may just enable you to get started sooner than you thought possible. This solution is called the M2 Home Modernization Program. And through this program, our company, McCormick Construction, can 1. Fully upgrade the appearance of your home through high-impact renovations like new windows and doors, new siding and painting, new roofing, hardscape, even landscaping. And 2, we can simultaneously offer you a very unique financing program that can leave you with an even lower mortgage payment after your project is complete. Not a higher payment, not the same payment, a lower payment. Now you might be asking, how is it possible for McCormick to turn my existing home into my dream home and lower my payments at the same time? That just doesn't add up, right? I mean, you gotta be thinking, hey, I must have to come up with a bunch of money out of pocket, or maybe there's some sort of ballooning second mortgage that's gonna get tied to my property, right? Well, not really. What I'm about to tell you is possible, and I'm gonna show you a real-world example of how our program works in just a minute. But before I do, I wanna share with you our secret sauce. Now, normally, when you go to finance a renovation, you have 2 major challenges. 1, you have to manage a bunch of construction trades that all want to offer different types of renovation financing, all with different sorts of draw and lien release schedules. And 2, if you want to pull cash out of your property to cover your renovation expenses in one shot, you can't use the post-renovation value of your property. This puts you in a difficult position, even if you have a bunch of equity, because you end up in a higher risk tier than necessary, and this causes you to have to borrow at a higher rate than necessary. With the M2 Home Modernization Program, we've solved for all of this. With this very unique program, you get all of your renovations managed through a single renovation contractor using a single financing structure. Essentially, you get a short-term bridge loan to complete all of your upgrades, and then you get to roll that loan into a specialized M2 mortgage offered through our partner lender. And best of all, borrowers like you who qualify for an M2 mortgage get rewarded for being part of this program. With McCormick, you'll have access to some of the lowest available interest rates, best terms, and quickest closing times. Now let me demonstrate how this program works by sharing an actual example. This is an upscale 3,600 square foot townhome in the heart of Newport Beach, California. The pre-renovation value of this property was about $1.65 million, which is based on this comp that recently sold across the street with exactly the same floor plan. Our homeowner's pre-renovation mortgage was approximately $6,400 a month. Now I realize this is high and most people are going to have a mortgage payment much lower than this, but bear with me as I walk you through the numbers. The budget for renovations here was just under $50,000. And once this project was completed, the post-renovation mortgage available through the M2 program was actually about $200 less per month. This was after adding in the cost of the renovation and without changing the amount of time it was going to take to pay off the loan. And here's the cherry on top. The value of this property for appraisal purposes will likely skyrocket to match other renovated comps in the area, which at the time of completion were over $2 million. This comp in particular, with exactly the same floor plan, recently sold for $2.375 million, fully renovated. To get this property into the condition you see today, there were a whole host of projects that had to be completed. We started by ripping out the uneven, cracking driveway and replacing it with new pavers. We then strategically re-landscaped throughout the entryway and added a new wrought iron gate. We brought in a boom lift to professionally pressure wash the tile roof and then fix the broken tiles where necessary throughout. And finally, we repainted a good portion of the exterior. With regard to the interior, we performed a bunch of electrical work, changing out all of the lights to daylight LEDs and upgrading many of the eyeball cans and other specialty fixtures. We also removed some of the more traditional ceiling-mounted lights to help give the home a more transitional look. We changed out the carpet to a more calming neutral tone, and again, we repainted throughout the interior. Overall, the total budget for this modernization project was about $50,000. and we're projecting the post-renovation value of this property to be over $2 million. Now, I wanted to share this example with you to demonstrate how a relatively limited investment can generate a huge boost in equity. But there's really so much more that can be done through the M2 program that's not even covered here. Improvements like new windows and doors, building siding, skylights, solar energy systems, and much more can be included. If you're thinking about renovating your home, I would love to see what type of modernization package we can design for you. Please feel free to reach out to us using the link below to schedule an in-home consultation. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get further information on the latest home modernization trends coming out of McCormick. We look forward to visiting with you and showing you firsthand how we can make your renovation dreams possible.